Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm working on some longer videos, but I thought we'd kick off the new year by taking a look at one of my favourite shows, which is What We Do in the Shadows. And I think I'm going to do a little quick short video for every episode. So we start with episode 1, which is the pilot, which introduces us to all the characters. So first we have Kayvan Novak as Nandor the Relentless, Matt Berry as Laszlo Cravensworth, Natasha Dimitreo as Nadja, Mark Brosh is Colin Robinson, and Harvey Gleaner is Guillermo de la Cruz. I've made a mess of some of those names. But this is based off the film of the same name and has essentially the same concept as the film, which is it's a kind of faux documentary following a group of vampires who live together. The biggest new element here is Colin Robinson, who is an energy vampire, or essentially just a really boring person, and that's how he sucks energy out of people rather than sucking blood. Nadja and Laszlo are a married couple and have been married for hundreds of years, and one of the big features of the show is their dynamic. It's a really fun back and forth, and there's great chemistry between the two actors. This first pilot episode sees the vampires expecting a visit from Baron Afanas, and that will be a running theme throughout this first series. Another element is Nadja's lover Gregor, who turns out to be a man that is constantly reincarnated, that she always has affairs with. So as the vampires prepare for the visit of the Baron, we get a bit of useful setting up. Things like the fact that Colin lives in the basement, and the fact that nobody else in the household realises that he lives in the basement because they just try to ignore him. It plays with one of the other sort of elements of the show that is an almost constant, which is the vampires dealing with modern life and things like technology and being kind of bamboozled by it or befuddled by it or getting things slightly wrong. We establish that it's part of Guillermo's job to bring sacrifices to the vampires, essentially. And we get, obviously, Nadja's re-burgeoning of a relationship with Gregor, and then as we move towards the end of the episode, we get the reveal of the Baron, who's a very kind of cool Del Toro kind of looking creation, as if he's come straight out of Blade 2. So the show is based around vampires, but there's rarely real any elements of horror in it. It's all kind of played for laughs, but does play with those kind of horror cliches. It's great fun. So the Baron is super old, super freaky, and super kind of crazy, and he will come back for more towards the end of the series, but for now he goes back into hibernation. But our House of Vampires are worried because they were sent to take over the new world, and so far they've managed to take over one street of Staten Island, and that's all they've achieved since they arrived hundreds of years ago. By now, these two sacrifices are no good to the vampires because Colin sucked all the energy out. And Guillermo is always hoping that his master is going to turn him into a vampire, and it never quite happens. And that's going to be something that runs throughout the entirety of the series. And this time, Nandor's big gift is a kind of strange glittery picture that he's made of the two of them. And with that, we'll bring the first episode to a close. We'll be back with another one of these soon, but please do go out and watch the show. It's great.